Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, na how una day. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This one na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. His Excellency, ESN, Ekpa Simon Njoku, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, there is no time for introduction. I will not hold this one. I will not mince my word this time, my people. I want to go straight. Now they know they want peace now. Now they are panicking, they are quavering, they are quaking. The so-called senators in the zoo government, they are coming together to form an alliance to say they want peace. We told them, our prime minister told them, holding Nnamdi Kanu will be more expensive than releasing him. He swore to them, he swore an oath to the zoo government that holding Nnamdi Kanu will become more expensive than releasing him. They called him a small boy, they called him a liar. They assumed going to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, it means say church don't close. Then begin to laugh and say, Biafra is dead. Even Peter Obi during his campaign, Peter Obi said Biafra is dead. Oh my God. He said Biafra died in 1970. And the thing shocked me. But today, with the introduction of our Prime Minister, with the job our Prime Minister is doing, with the formation of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, with the cabinet we have, with those in government, with the exceptional job our men in the media are doing, I said today, the Zoo government, they are panicking, they are quaking, they are shouting they want peace. Because before I've been telling them, say, the Nnamdi Kanu when una hold so, amongst us, he is the nicest. Nnamdi Kanu that you went to Kenya to go and kidnap, amongst us, he is the coolest, he's calm, he's nice, he listens to the people. Because whenever he says there is no election, in the 11th hour, he will show his nice side. He will show empathy, he will show sympathy, he will put himself in the position of those zoo politicians from the southeast. He will now agree for election to take place. The Nnamdi Kanu I know was a nice man. Yes, they call him a good guy. They say he's a good guy now. But deep inside, looking at the way things are, the Nnamdi Kanu that they went to kidnap is the nicest amongst us. Because you see somebody like me and Simon Ekpa, our hearts, they for our back. I'm like a trained soldier sent to war to defend the motherland. I don't care if the opposition is good looking. I don't care if the soldier from the other country is nice, handsome, he's smiling, he's playing football while they are in their fort. For me, it is kill or be killed, kamikaze. One shot, one kill. I used to be the Burna Boy. When they say Burna Boy, I hope that singer understands the meaning of a Burna Boy. Because the burner is the gun and the burner boy. Now the boy when they hold the gun. Live story. Nnamdi Kanu is the nicest amongst us. People like me, people like Simon Ekpa, we get our look, our mind there, our back. We don't forgive nor forget. We don't forgive nor forget. A gentleman no day here. All die na die. They kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu and they said Biafra is dead. Hey, Ebelebe. You see, this life, there should be a learning for everybody in that so-called Nigeria. Sometimes that pastor was, in fact, that pastor is a real man of God. Because when he was shouting, dialogue now, dialogue now, dialogue now. I see a puppy. I see a small puppy. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. People were laughing, saying, oh, this pastor is just talking. But that man really saw something. Because some of us in the Western world, we act like we are gentlemen now. But there come a time when you have to take away the attire of that gentleman and bring out the beast in you, because that beast is still there waiting. Somebody told me that God and devil is the same person. The God and devil is the same person. You are being godly when you are doing nice things, and you are the devil when you are ready to go all out. They said devil is God with a ski mask on. Those of you that know the meaning of a ski mask, when you wear ski mask, you are ready to go all out. So they say devil is God with a ski mask on. God and devil are the same thing. Is the other side, the negative side of a person is the devil side, the devilish side. When they say you are acting devilish, he's a wicked man. He's nice, but he's wicked. So for some of you that think, hey, there's a hellfire somewhere and there's a heaven, I'm here to break your bubble. There is a God and devil in you. When you are doing nice things, you are being godly. And when you are giving them the water, to them, they will say he's devilish. He's a wicked man. He's a devil. But no, to you, you are giving them justice. So today, my people, I digress. Make we hear the discussion from the from the Zoom media. They are panicking, they are shaking, they are asking for peace, they are begging for peace. They are coming together to discuss the release of Nnamdi Kanu. If you are with me, let's go there. Very funny one. Listen. Let's go there. Listen.
So the warnings are growing louder about the urgent need to release the incarcerated separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu from detention, as peace in his southeast region is daily smashed by violence and increasing economic destruction. IPOB militant squads, as well as unknown criminal gunmen, daily scour the landscape, whilst the people who are at the sharp end of this crisis cower from the savagery of their attacks and their fearsome reputation for inflicting unbelievable damage.
Hold it there. First of all, you lie from the get-go. Mr. What's his name again? Emeka or Charles? Charles, you lied from the get-go. I believe you are an educated man. You are learned. The days of mentioning IPOB is gone. Please, take that off your lexicon. Right now, what is happening is an asymmetric war going on in the land of Biafra. According to your general, General Christopher Musa said they are fighting an asymmetric war. So why are you here saying IPOB? IPOB represents the 80 million Biafrans. It simply means the indigenous people of Biafra. We are 80 million deep. So don't talk about IPOB in this case. What is happening in the southeast, what you call the southeast, is we, our people, our military known as the Biafra Liberation Army, they are out there to protect the land from those coming to kill us, from those coming to take over our land. Because let's call a spade a spade. We hear what is happening in the north every day. We hear what is happening in the middle belt everywhere. We even see what is happening in the southwest. But there is no military checkpoint in the east. There is no military checkpoint in the north. There is no military checkpoint in the middle belt. All you have is in the southeast. That tells me something. Your military, they are busy coming down to the southeast. When a place they should be putting more of their resource and ammunition should be at the north, at the outskirts of the north. But they've chosen to come to the land because they've seen the resources. Some of you don't understand why they are coming. They have seen resources in your land and they have come to get the resources. So with all due respect, stop talking about IPOB or ESN or whatever you're talking about. Those things don't exist anymore. The IPOB is us. We, the IPOB, it is us. But right now we have a government. We have assigned or delegated a government. And our Prime Minister is now the one who is an advocate for us. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko, he is an advocate for us. So please, if you keep on, following the program of saying the ESN, there are days, you are wasting your time. What is happening in the land of Biafra is an asymmetric warfare. Your commander has said it. Why can't you follow the views of your sometimes I get angry. Oh God. Musa came live on Channels TV and he told them we are fighting an asymmetric warfare in the southeast. But when these guys are speaking, they come and say something else. They say criminals, they say IPOB, they say ESN. Why are you speaking this way, Mr. Charles? Okay, let me calm down. Let me continue. Continue.
On security forces and on local communities that defy them. And as the conflict deepens between the militants and criminal gangs on the one hand, and security forces on the other, there's a new push for a way out of the crisis before it's too late. Dozens of federal lawmakers from the House of Representatives across party and ethnic lines have written to President Tinubu urging him to set Mr. Kanu free and discontinue his trial. They
Tinubu, wait there, beg. Tinubu, if you like, in fact, let me get his face, if possible. Let me get his face, if possible. Let's get the face of Tinubu. I want to tell him that if he likes...
Get from the Tinubu administration. Okay. And how much would the lid be let off the gunpowder if Mr. Kanu remains in detention for the foreseeable future?
I want to get his face.
Well, one of those whose voice is loudest in the voice, well as unknown criminal gunmen daily scour the landscape, whilst the people who are at the sharp end of this crisis cower from the savagery of their attacks and their fearsome reputation for inflicting unbelievable damage, both on security forces and on local communities that defy them. And as the conflict deepens between the militants and criminal gangs on the one hand and security forces on the other, there's a new push for a way out of the crisis before it's too late. Dozens of federal lawmakers from the House of Representatives across party and ethnic...
Tinubu Emilo Khan, Mr. Jagaban Emilo Khan. Make you know, in fact, right now, you don't buy markets. You have bought Buhari's market, and the price was so expensive. Something you don't need for your government. You are a brand new government, a nascent government that is barely 1 year old. You have not hit the ground running. And you are buying market from Buhari. From the beginning, we told you, wash your hands of the case of Nnamdi Kanu. That was the reason why I was telling you that. Because there will be no peace in that zoo as long as you have an innocent man in your hands. We told you from the beginning. Mind your government, mind your business, do your politics, run your presidency or whatever, but wash your hands of the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Look at what is happening now. Look at what is happening now. Mind you, the father of Nnamdi Kanu prayed for you. When you went to his house, you went to his obi, you went to his palace, you knelt down, you removed your cap, and the father of Nnamdi Kanu laid his hands on you and blessed you. He prayed for you. I still have those pictures. I have the footage. And you of all people, you are now the one holding the son of a man, of a king, and Eze that blessed you, that prayed to the God of Biafra for you. Do you know the taboo? Do you know the meaning of that? That you went to a king and you bowed down before a king. You seeked the blessing of a king. and the king blessed you. He granted you all your wishes that you have requested. And after all said and done, it is still now same you buying the market to incarcerate the first son of that king. The first son that should take the throne of the king. The first son that is supposed to be crowned or coronated as king. You are busy being involved, doing your politics, to be the one still holding that person. When you know your court has said Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. Tinubu, let people tell you, because me, I've told you mine. I will not speak on you again. I will not speak about you again. I have given you the what? The prophecy. I came as a prophet. I gave you the message that I got from the gods. And I told you, wash your hands off the case of Nnamdi Kanu. That would destroy your government. That would destroy your legacy as a so-called president. Something you said for all your life. You've been working towards becoming the president of that zoo called Nigeria. And now you are in the helm of affairs. You are now in the throne. And you are buying the market of Buhari. You are allowing the 419 of Buhari to mess you up. Don't you know that was a trap? They call it an entrapment. Don't you know they did that to rope you on, to distract you? You think we care about what you did to Peter Obi? We the Biafrans, we don't have anything to do with Peter Obi. In fact, to us, Peter Obi has some cases to answer because of some of our people that was killed and dumped in the river. So if you think this thing is about, oh, the Igbos, the Biafrans, it's Peter Obi, hold Nnamdi Kanu, we are telling you now, say, me and Peter Obi, we don't have anything in common. There is a thick line between us, acting as a barrier. We don't care for your politics. If you like, you call them the obedience or not. We don't give a damn about that. All we are saying is wash your hands off the case of Nnamdi Kanu. And right now, the way I'm looking at it, it is a bit too late now because the chicken has come home to roost. Because most of you assumed holding Nnamdi Kanu means the death of Biafra. And suddenly, from nowhere now, we have the man they call Simon Ekpa. A man blessed with the power of the gods. A man anointed by the gods of Biafra. A man who even Nnamdi Kanu told us to listen to because he's coming with a new dimension. Simon Ekpa came in this movement with a new dimension. And people like us, we did gidigba for the back of Simon Ekpa. People like us, our hearts there for our back. So if you think we are, understanding like Nnamdi Kanu, then you are making a very big mistake. If you like, make una hold and there, or make una release them. That will not stop what we are doing. If you think Biafra hangs on the shoulders of just one man, then you are making a mistake. We have crossed the Rubicon. And we are saying by the 2nd of December, God willing, we shall redeclare Biafra. That's a message to Tinubu. You guys are free to cut this snippet, send it out. Let him know. We don't pass that stage to begin beg. We have crossed the Rubicon. Let's continue. Listen.
Lines have written to President Tinubu urging him to set Mr. Kanu free and discontinue his trial. They say they are increasingly convinced that this will dramatically lessen the hum of mutual suspicion and lead to the restoration of peace in the southeast. So what kind of response are they likely to get from the Tinubu administration? And how much would the lid be let off the gunpowder if Mr. Kanu remains in detention for the foreseeable future? Well, one of those whose voice is loudest in the chorus of demands for the release of Nnamdi Kanu is the member of the House of Representatives for the federal constituency of Ikwano Umahia under the Labour Party, Honourable Obi Agwocha, and he joins me now in the studio.
Hello, Charles.
Thank you very much indeed.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you wearing a suit.
Yeah, look.
I'm not used to seeing you in a suit.
Without my LP logo. But I'm still Labour Party for life.
Okay, well, just in case we forgot, along with those of your colleagues, is that it is not in the interest of the Southeast or the Nigerian people or the security forces or the Tinubu administration itself to keep Nnamdi Kanu locked up. Tell us why.
Well, first of all, thank you again for inviting me. On Friday, many lawmakers in the House of Representatives, we met and agreed that the best solution is to appeal to the government of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes. Beg. All they do is beg. You guys have lost the spirit of being a Biafran. You politicians, man. I mean, the virus of Rome has beaten you guys. As I say, when you're in Rome, you behave like the Roman. So that begging, the spirit of Afonja don't bite tuna. All you are doing is begging. A man that the court has said he has no case to answer. You are going to presidency and you are begging. A beggar has no choice, bro. I've got news for you. A beggar has no choice. He who goes a begging goes a sorrowing. A beggar has no choice. You see, we are the new breed. We, when they Obodo Yibo, we are the new breed. And we shall bring Biafra from Obodo Yibo. Because to call a spade, you guys, you are based in Nigeria and your myopic views, your brain has been designed to be dysfunctional. When you see things that are wrong, you beg them. You see your leaders, you don't hold them to account because there is no rule of law in that so-called Nigeria. Which is why when from the legal side, they have said this man is free, he has no case to answer, but you are still going to executive to go and beg. You did dobale. You guys are different, man. You are different. We are cut from a different cloth. We still have the DNA of the Biafran soldiers that were murdered during the Biafran War. We still have the DNA of the children that suffered from Kwashoko. Those that starved and died, they came back and they died again. They came back the third year and they were starved and they died again 3 times. They are in us. That spirit is in us. We don't beg nobody. I respect all but fear none. I will respect you if you are based on principles. If you respect the rule of law, I will respect you. But I fear no man. Not even the gods. I fear no man, not even the gods. I'm ready to box with the gods. As long as I can justify my actions or inactions, the things I did or the things I failed to do in order to achieve a goal, an objective, a purpose, then I will defend myself anywhere. Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer in a corrupt system like Nigeria, in a corrupt judiciary like Nigeria. They said this man has no case to answer. They said no. Even though he was discharged, he was not acquitted. Malawi came with that one. Discharged but not acquitted. In a corrupt system. Because the cabal wants him there. You guys are now begging the cabal. Mr. Man, all die in a die, you. All die in a die. Sometimes it's okay to be a man. Man up. Be a stand-up man and man up. Don't lean, don't beg, don't bow down, don't dobale for these idiots. You're going to beg because you have lost the onion in you. You have lost the manhood in you. You see also, we are the new breed. We know they fear anybody. I am fighting to protect my motherland, Biafra. All die and die, and come what may, from the 2nd of December, God willing. It's almost here. It's almost here. The month of June is almost gone. The month of June is almost gone. But before you know it, we'll be on a countdown. Leave story, I beg. Let's continue. I ain't gonna waste my time.
Who incidentally is my constituent. I represent him at the House of Representatives. He's from Umuahia North. I'm from Umuahia North. So it is my responsibility, as I've always done since I came to the House of Representatives, to speak for him. Where nobody else would, I would speak for him. And many others in that gap where there exists any perception of injustice or tribal discrimination in the administration of justice. Nnamdi Kanu has remained locked up despite so many court judgments in his favor. The Supreme Court held that everything should go back to the lower trial court. Now, we've been shouting to say there ought to be a political solution to this issue. And the last appearance in court, Justice Pinter and Yako actually came up with a solution and said all parties should at least submit themselves to a political solution.
Right, so you're encouraged by that.
I am more than encouraged
by
that.
The Federal High Court,
of course,
urging both parties to explore negotiation and the possibility of a settlement.
And I'm also more encouraged simply because the prosecutor in this wise, the Attorney General of the Federation, being represented by a prosecutor there, accepted to such settlement. The council
accepted to discuss. Right.
The council to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also accepted. So both parties have accepted. It is only now within the time allowable to the time Justice Nyako gave for the resumption of trial,
right,
which is September 24th. So we are moving the political consideration to move it forward so that could be some negotiations worthy enough for the consideration of the trial judge.
Although to be fair, the lawyer representing the government made it clear that it wasn't within his remit, and that they would have to go directly to the Attorney General.
Of course.
Obviously it will be up to but the Attorney General hasn't responded yet.
The Attorney General has not responded yet.
Yeah.
But the Attorney General also takes instruction from the Commander-in-Chief, President and Commander-in-Chief. So that was why we were appealing to the Commander-in-Chief to direct the Attorney General to invoke Section 174 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic as amended, Section 174 1C, it was Section 174 subsection 1C, and subsection 3 basically talks about the powers of the Attorney General, that an Attorney General at any time before a judgment is rendered has the authority or the power to be able to withdraw his suit. So we want him to take care of that, and also to invoke Section 107 and Section 108 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, which basically talks about discontinuance of a criminal case and the withdrawal from prosecution. So we believe there has been a precedent set in other cases, whereby recently the chairman of Metiala was at the determination of the court. His matter was settled. Sunday Igboho, at the determination of the court, his matter was gone. So at the determination of the court, and rightfully so, his matter were gone. Emefiele, I keep pronouncing his name wrong, the former CBN governor, was granted bail.
Emefiele
was granted bail.
Hold it there,
He now
Mr. Man.
appeared.
Hold it there without you guys don't know what's coming. Aye. Now they make me laugh. You guys don't understand what's coming. Oh God, I just laugh at these guys. You see, Mr. Senator, you need to understand what is happening in Nigeria. When it comes to we the Biafrans, it is different. The only reason why you are still in Nigeria is because the resources, a large segment of the resources, a large portion of the natural resources is in your land. That's why, they still have you there, because they don't like you guys. A people that are during a war, a civil war, not a war with another country, according to them, they call it a civil war. A civil war means within you fought yourself. It's a civil war. If they can introduce a food blockade in a civil war, what does that tell you? It tells you that from the beginning, they never saw you as one of theirs. You were never a nation. So yes, in the case of Chief Sunday Igboho, who I love so much, I keep saying it, he did no wrong. Yes, we saw him with a dang gun. Yes, there was video of Chief Sunday Igboho carrying a gun. Yes, he did that to protect himself and his people. We saw the case of Showore, how Buhari, disturbed him for 5 years, messed him up, put like a ring around him, kept him in Abuja for how many years? But when Tinubu came, he made sure Showore was freed, no more case. Our good brother Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, is now a free man. For those who want to lie and play stupid and say, no, it was Benin Republic that freed him, not Tinubu, it was the Benin Republic. How come he came to Nigeria to bury his mother? Can Simon Ekpa come to Nigeria to do birthday or come to a party? No, the answer is no. So don't play stupid. Playing stupid means you are part of the problem. Playing stupid. Say, oh no, it was Benin Republic that freed Sunday Igboho, not the Nigerian government. How come he came to Nigeria to bury his mother? Please don't go there. Some idiots that are playing that game. Don't go there. I love him. We love him. He's a comrade. He's a friend. He's a brother in arm. But don't go there. Don't play us stupid, because we are the new breed. Don't play stupid and say, oh no, it was the Benin government that released him. Don't play stupid. We know what's in there. We know what's in there. Not only that, the Fulani man, El Zagi or whatever his name is, he was released as well. All charged with terrorism, they were all released. Apart from one person, the Biafran man. That's been the game. Because deep inside they know they don't love us. They know they can't stand us. They claim they believe in one Nigeria, one Nigeria. When you look at the annals of history, when you look at the history, when you go through the papers, the journals of the Nigerian history, it is only the Biafran man that practiced the so-called one Nigeria. Because we went from state to state, city to city, local government to local government, doing businesses. We believed in one Nigeria the way it is in the Western world. If I'm in New York, I can go to California to buy a house. Nobody can stop me. If I'm in Georgia, I can go to Washington and do a business. Nobody will disturb me. If I buy a house in New Jersey, nobody will say, oh no, he is from New York. Oh, there is tribalism. You don't have that in the Western world. Even some of you tribal bigots, you are based in the UK, you are based in Germany, you are based in America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You are free to live amongst black people and amongst white people there. You are happy to live with Oyibo in the Western world. It's okay. You buy a big car. Yes, your neighbors can be nosy, because they're surprised. How come this guy is buying this car? What's going on? How come this black guy can buy this car? But they will never go that far to say, okay, he bought a house and a car. Let us break the house down. Let us tell the governor to break the house down. Let us go and tell the governor that these people, they have come to take over our land. It's not done, but it was happening in your own Nigeria. A place where you claim you believe in one Nigeria. A particular tribe that believed in your so-called mantra. One Nigeria, one Nigeria. Go on with one nation. Go on, Jack. You said go on with one nation. You believed in that. You came to fight us for the Biafran war because you want Nigeria to remain one. There was this song when we were kids. They forced us to sing that song in our nursery school then. Let me see if I can remember that song. It says, this is the brainwashing they gave us. They said this. Ojukwu wanted to divide Nigeria. Gowon said, no, Nigeria will be one. We will fight to stay there together. Nigeria will be one. Ojukwu wanted to divide Nigeria. Gowon said, no, Nigeria must be one. We are bound to be together. Nigeria will be one. As a child, that was how they saw that image. Ojukwu wanted to divide Nigeria. Gowon said, no, Nigeria must be one. We are bound to be together. Hey, God have mercy. Look at the 419. They brainwashed me as a child. They took away the real history. And they fed me that nonsense. And as a child, I was wondering, who is this man they call Ojukwu? He is a bad man. Why does he want to break Nigeria? Why does he want to divide Nigeria? Who is Ojukwu? Who is Ojukwu? And it just said, Ojukwu, if he's a bad man, he wanted to break up Nigeria. Not knowing Ojukwu was a Biafra man like me. I was a child, 3, 4, 5 years old. In all the schools, they were playing it. It was ingrained in them because the hatred for us is so much. They believed in one Nigeria. They say, go on with one Nigeria. After the war, we were submissive. With the 20 pounds, we went around the whole country doing business. We say, okay, you have won the war. One Nigeria, we shall practice one Nigeria. Not knowing these guys in theory, what they are saying is, no, your resources belongs to us. But we still hate you. Your oil, it belongs to Nigeria. But you guys, we are still fighting a war with you. And the Biafrans went everywhere doing business. Even in the north, we are there doing business. We even learned their language. To madala to lafia lao. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum. We learned everything, trading with them because we believed in one Nigeria. We imbibed their culture. We assimilated their way of life. Most of us were born in different states outside Biafra. Because our parents, we believe them. So, okay, if they've killed more than 7 million of us because they say they want one Nigeria, okay, let us live as one then. But till this day, we are still the most hated. Despite they killed more than 7 million of us, just some few days, I broke it down. In a day, more than 5,000, or is it 500 children were being killed? 5,000 a day. Starved to death during the Biafran War. God have mercy. This is YouTube, man. Simon Ekpa, please, we need our own platform. I've got so much to say, but I'm holding myself, I'm catching myself back. We are in a social media. Simon Ekpa, we need to support our Prime Minister. We need our own Biafra platform, please. Yes, we have it now. We have the TV and everything, but we need a platform to project so that we can put all our videos in the platform, and from the platform, it will be televised into the TV. That way, I can come out and say what I want to say. But YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it belongs to the white man. They can easily bribe them. They can bribe them with some money, and once you wake up, your channel is gone. My PM, we have to support you towards having a platform where all our videos can be uploaded. And from that platform, we can now, make sure our TV station, can televise all those videos. I'm waiting for that, my PM. I'm waiting for that. You are doing a great job. But I think this is the time. We are now in the 11th. In fact, we are approaching the 11th hour. It is time for the media warriors to step up and do our job. We are being curtailed. There is a barrier. There is a barrier when we use these, platforms. We can't really say much. We can't say much because somebody can easily, report to you, and before you know it, they pay some money through the back doors, the backhand. Their politics. We know how they do it in Nigeria. We know how they do in Nigeria, my PM. We are in the 11th hour. It is time for us, the people. We in the media. We in the BRGIE media. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile. We in the media. It is time for us to wake up and step our game up. This can be a project for all those in media. It is time for us to put up our money and build a platform that will take all our videos and will be televised in the Biafran TV. My PM, I think it is time for us in the media to step up. To step up. Because to call a spade, we've been making some monies from this YouTube and Instagram, whatever. It is time to bring those money out and build a platform that you can put in your videos and it connects straight to our TV. That way you can speak your speech. It means you can talk your talk. Talk the way you want to talk. Don't be scared of somebody censoring you. That's the way I see it, man. It's sometimes I just get so angry. There is so much I want to say, but when you say it, they'll say, oh, guideline there, guideline there. You are breaking the guidelines. Those kind of they are 419 stuff. They are curtailing this voice. They cannot stop this voice of the people. They can't. My PM, I think we in the media warrior, it is time for us to step up. It is time for us to move our weights. It is time for us to invest on ourselves. It is time for us to embark on a project. Build a state-of-the-art website where all our videos can be uploaded, and from there it can be televised around the whole world. I think that's a very good idea, my PM. And I hope our Minister for Information can consider such. When it comes to the media, it's an easy stuff, because if you can have a platform where you can speak your speech, talk the way you want to talk your talk, or in the Zoo they say, speak truth to power. But it came from Malcolm X. When Malcolm X is speaking from the pulpit, people will be shouting, speak your speech, speak your speech, speak your speech. It means speak truth to power, or talk your talk. Talk dirty. Talk your talk. Man, I tire for it. In fact, let us continue, man. Let us continue.
That as if Nnamdi Kanu, who was also charged alongside these other people for the same treason, appears that there is one set of rules for the rest of Nigeria and one set of rules for an Igbo man. And there is also one set of rules where a Northerner is freed, a Yoruba man is freed, a South man is freed, and then when it comes to the Igbo man, he will continue to languish in prison. So there's an issue of injustice.
Tell them more.
Regardless of the expectational bias that people may have regarding Nnamdi Kanu or not, is immaterial, is inconsequential.
Tell them.
But in this country, everyone is subject to the rule of law. And I'm so happy that Justice Nyako recognizes that and has given an opportunity for all the parties to come together. And we're appealing to the president. I have known the president to be a listening and attentive president, and that I would not wish to see the president to do otherwise. Doing otherwise will render the Southeast to continue to be savaged by bloodshed. Every single day, many people, scores of people are being killed mercilessly in the Southeast, including military officers. The high level of crime and criminality, banditry, assassination, and kidnapping continues to be the order of the day.
And these people are all taking advantage.
These are all taking advantage of the incarceration of Mr. Kanu.
Right.
Because all these people are agitating that he's still there. But once we remove Mazi Kanu from de facto, then it's a lot easier to know those who are benefiting economically from crime in the Southeast and making Southeast ungovernable. And a lot of people are not going home now.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that nettlesome question in a moment. But let's just go through the action that you have taken. And you're one of those who spearheaded that action in the National Assembly. This letter calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release has considerable multi-party support, doesn't it? With lawmakers from the APC,
PDP, Labour,
APGA,
everybody.
And even NNPP.
NNPP,
right. And there seems to be an urgency to your call for Kanu's release. I think you mentioned some of that. But just tell us a bit more about what spurred you and your colleagues into action at this time.
Well, what spurred me, like I said somewhere, was that I was elected a member of the Federal House of Representatives. And through my campaign, I ran on one single issue, that I would not be shut up in seeking the fundamental right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and others in that gap. And I've demonstrated that from day one. I've questioned everybody that needs to be questioned. I've lobbied everybody that needs to be lobbied. I've consistently made my case for it.
Well, would you lobby in the same way for someone who is not from your constituency,
yes, I would.
Or who's not from the Southeast?
I'm a member of the National Assembly, and that's what it means, that I'm not just there
so you're
to
there
speak,
to stand for
justice.
Right.
I want to stand for justice. So, but in this wise is Nnamdi Kanu and the sensitivity of it. Now, my colleagues honored me by accepting to be a part of this. I could have easily done it alone, which would not be successful. I could have also done it through other caucuses, which would not be successful. But this is for the first time that Nigeria is asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as being demonstrated by the members of the Federal House of Representatives representing various constituencies across Nigeria, coming together on this sensitive issue.
And how many are they? I mean, because initially, I think the newspapers some said 43, others said 50 lawmakers coming together.
Honestly, it must have been typographical error. The number is actually 50 that have signed, ready to go.
Right.
But because that we are on recess, we believe we will resume back plenary on or about July 2nd. And today we have commitment that would actually put that number over 150 honorable members all across political divides, all across the nation.
That's a sizable number.
Of course, to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm highly honored by that.
Yeah, and you called, I mean, you mentioned this earlier, for the Attorney General to discontinue the case based on sections of the Nigerian Constitution,
not just, but for public interest.
Right. But I need to get to a point here, because you're saying that section, I think it's section 174, gives him the power to end the trial in the public interest, in the interest of justice, and the need to prevent abuse of legal process. And you believe that Nnamdi Kanu's case meets those criteria?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we expect that the Attorney General, in consideration of this plea, having set precedents as well, in many other cases that I've just mentioned, cannot come to Nnamdi Kanu's case and do otherwise. Nnamdi Kanu deserves the protection of the laws of the Federation. And like I said, every subject of Nigeria, has constitutional right and due process.
And just
please hold it there, man. Hold it there. Yeah? See how they have subjugated our people living in that land. A lawmaker is begging. A lawmaker. A senator is begging. Begging who? Eh? Look at his tone, his tonation. He's playing because he knows deep inside there is no justice. But he's playing. He's begging to be with them, to be among. It's like, when you were kids playing with your friends, some kids from the other side, they'll be begging to play with you. You don't know them, but they are coming, please, can I play football with you? And you're looking at them. That's how, they have succeeded in turning our so-called politicians to beggars. Because when you look at it, even when they go to take loan from China, none of the so-called investments or whatever they are doing with those loans will be felt in their so-called Southeast. When they carry out their monetary policies, okay, we are doing this, we have to spend on this, we need to build this road to create more job, whatever. You don't feel it. Fiscal policies to build more infrastructures, you don't feel it in the land of Biafra. They've been relegated to the ground. Now they are beggars. It's very, very sad. When I see men speak this way, me in the Western world here, people going for politics, when they come to you, they buy you coffee, you sit down and you discuss as men. No begging, no boss. No, yes, sir, no humbling. You speak as men. Where's the principle in that zoo? They have turned you guys to beggars. You are speaking with a very soft voice. You are trying to not hurt anybody when you know you have done no wrong. And Nnamdi Kanu has done no wrong. All he asked for was for a referendum from the beginning. We came out with a flag and Buhari government. In fact, let me be careful what I say. That man came out and sent the military to buy people wearing carry just flag. Ordinary flag. But now you have forgotten all what your government did. It's only a slave that will not retaliate. You did us all what you could. You were gunning us down like flies, like animals. We went to church to pray. We went to a church ground to pray. You send your military. They were buying people, marching on dead bodies, creating a stampede, buying people. Then the Zoom did not report it. But now they've turned around. They are now saying Nnamdi Kanu is the problem. Hey, God have mercy. A man that all he did was speak with the microphone. All he did was speak with the microphone. But now they see him as the most feared man. The one that must remain in jail and rot in jail. That just tells you, you guys are not welcomed. You guys are not welcomed in that zoo. That's why we are saying we no send them anymore. We no send them anymore. Make them do what they want to do. We no send them. We no send them. Because the days of trying to play it safe and, begging, being humble, those days are gone. I can't see myself in that zoo speaking this way like this man. I just can't. That thing has gone off my DNA to be a servitude, a servant. You claim to be a politician, but you are speaking like a servant to your peers. Those that should be your peers, you are begging them. When the court has said this man has no case to answer. In fact, man, sometimes it's in the vex me because I just wonder, say, which kind of thing be this? This can only be done in Nigeria. No other place. This can only be done in even Kenya. See small Kenya here. They are protesting for how many days? And the military did not come to buy them the way they were buying them in Lagos. NSAS. Lagos, so NSAS. We know when we protest in the southeast, in the Biafra land, you guys come to buy us. But Lagos, we saw what you did to them in Lagos. At the Lekki toll gate. My people, man. Okay, let's just listen to this guy and let's go.
That you believe that Mr. Kanu's release will help to restore peace in the South.
Absolutely, without any gainsaying.
Right.
Without any gainsaying. If you look at what is happening in the Southeast, like I said, what is the basis of the agitations that are currently going on? First thing they will point is the detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's the first thing they will point. Now, if we remove Nnamdi Kanu from consideration, then it will make bare those who are enjoying the economic benefits of crime, high level of criminality, banditry and assassination and kidnapping in the Southeast. Like I said to you, the Southeast today, just like every other part of the country, I'm not just isolating the Southeast, but the Southeast today is ravaged by bloodshed. And the president cannot himself say that he's satisfied with an insecure Southeast. Neither the Southeasterners also satisfied with this level of condition going on in the Southeast.
And have you been able to extract a commitment from Mr. Kanu himself about what he'll do and won't do if he's released?
Charles, I am not unmindful that even when we talk about political solutions to this matter, the federal government will have an interest on the terms and conditions of what that political solution will be. And rightfully so. The federal government must have to be assured of certain conditions. Equally, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will also be assured of certain conditions that both parties can agree on.
Yeah, but it helps your case if you can advance it by saying that we've managed to get him to agree
even without me saying that.
Right.
Look at the recent utterances of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has come out and opposed Monday sit-at-homes which have ravaged the economy of the Southeast. He has also opposed all the senseless killings and have said the Igbos cannot continue to kill themselves and expect a change. He has also opposed the high level of crime and criminality that is happening in the Southeast. He's also supported peace in the Southeast. He's also supported economic development in the Southeast, which he put all these things together. On the face value of it, it gives a more value added to this negotiation and to any government to accept. But like I said, I am not unmindful that everybody will come to the table. But let's adhere to the instructions of the judge and come to the table. And then I'm sure the federal government will have its own conditions. Nnamdi Kanu will have his own conditions. As for me, I'm available as his representatives to be there to advance and facilitate the dialogue at any level that is required to reach about a settlement on this matter so that there will be peace in the Southeast and the unconditional discharge of my constituent, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to go home.
So how do you think President Tinubu will respond to your appeal?
Why wouldn't he respond to that? Does he want to put himself in a situation where one part of the country continues to boil and is unmanageable? Or does he want to put himself in a situation where, as the president and commander-in-chief, that the protection of lives and properties, which ought to be his number one fundamental responsibility, is keeping faith in the Southeast? We cannot continue in the way we are going. Charles, many Southerners Southeasterners cannot go home as we speak for fear of being kidnapped, for fear of being assassinated. So the governors are themselves helping out. to maintain the peace, but we need the federal government to come and do the right thing. And the right thing to do, outside of saying that it is intentional to have an Igbo man continue to lavish in prison, while the same people who have been charged in the same offenses with him, but that are not Igbos, have been given getaway, I don't know how to say it, monopoly.
Get out cards. Right.
And then because he is an Igbo man, then he continues to languish in jail. So at a point, this issue must have to be brought to a closure, and the judge has done all of us a favor to ensure that we seek a political solution and that we work towards it.
Well, you're asking for his unconditional release, but at the same time, you're saying that the federal government will need to set its conditions for his release.
Of course, well, the conditions could be conditions. There are a lot of conditions the federal government can bring to bear. There's also a lot of conditions that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can bring to bear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can say, well, if you're going to release me, what guarantees do I have that you're not going to rearrest me once I leave the gates of the DSS detention? So this must have to be brought to bear. But unconditional meaning as well, that he's no longer going to be charged for the same offenses that have been lodged against him, which we hope that the Attorney General will make a statement in court or write to the presiding judge. And the law says that once that is entered for discontinuance, then his case must be totally discharged of.
But you are convinced that if he instructs his Attorney General to discontinue the trial and free Nnamdi Kanu, I mean, I keep banging on about this because that's a critical point. It'll usher in a new period of peace
and stability
in the Southeast. The reason I say that is that beyond the fact of what you're talking about, the incarceration of an Igbo person or what, I mean, a lot of Igbo people are the victims of that.
Of course.
In fact, most of them are the victims of the crime.
Of course.
So they need to know that it will usher in a period of peace in their region, and they can all go home, and that the situation won't worsen.
Absolutely. I mean, you just said it all. If we free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention, the most important thing that will happen in the Southeast is for us to know, like I also said, those who are benefiting economically from the savages of bloodshed, from crime and high criminality, from banditry, assassination, and otherwise minded. They're there. Yeah, there are some foreign elements that are also part of this group. But 90% of those who are committing these high crimes and criminality are from the Southeast themselves.
Right, because obviously we have to be careful that
Yes.
if he's released,
Absolutely.
you're not going to have criminals committing crimes in his name,
In his name.
which would put him in a
Which
very
will put him in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
So he has a responsibility as well. If released, just like he has made pronouncements against Monday sit-at-homes, which has ravaged the economy, he had made pronouncements against the senseless killings. He has made pronouncements against kidnapping and assassinations. He had made pronouncements in favor of peace. He has made pronouncements in favor of economic development of the Southeast. I believe verily that if he comes out and sticks by these things that he has opposed and supported, it will be a new watershed in the Southeast, a turning point,
Right.
whereby all of us can now begin not just to look at insecurity and security as we are doing currently now, but we will continue to look at it because it's important. But now we'll be looking at economic development of the Southeast, where a lot of employment opportunities
Right.
to teeming youth will now pull them out of the battleground of insecurity.
But we know that the federal government has in the past stuck to its guns, even when an appeal court dropped all charges against Mr. Kanu. They simply
They ignored it.
explored other legal options, even after it became clear that that extraordinary rendition was seen by experts to have created a permanent barrier.
Not
But
just experts, the
they-
Supreme Court
Yeah.
ruled against
But
that.
they believe that it should have created a permanent barrier to his prosecution. But even in the face of that, he was never released.
He was never released. That's what I'm saying.
Are you hearing it? Even in the face of everything, he was not released. I will fall back. Let him finish talking and I'll wrap it up because, you know, I'm boiling. I am boiling right. I am angry right now, but let's continue.
Does it exist in this federal republic that where it matters to an Igbo man, then there are two laws. One for other Nigerians that will have consideration of the administration, whether it be private.
He's speaking now. He's speaking some facts. Okay. Now he has recognized there are two laws. One for the Biafran man and the other for others. There are two laws. When it comes to the Biafrans, there is no rule of law. I said it before. When a Fulani man is in power, he can punish the Yorubas and the Biafrans. When a Yoruba man is in power, he can only punish the Biafrans. But when a Biafran man is in power, that is when you respect and they observe the rule of law, where everybody is equal under the law. Case in point, you saw when Goodluck Jonathan was in power, Tinubu and his cronies, all the pastors, they were able to carry out, you know, their rioting and whatever they did during that time. They did their marching, nobody stopped them. They went out for more than 2 weeks. Nobody stopped them. Nobody was shut down. Think about that. But when a Yoruba was there, case in point, Obasanjo, you saw how they leveled the Udi. The Yorubas cannot touch the cabal because they are playing this game like chess. They play chess with the cabal. They know they are scared of the cabal, but they will use that to attack the Biafrans. I mean the politicians, so not the people. I don't care about the people yet. I'm talking about the politicians. The Yoruba politicians, what they do is they are scared of the cabal. They will not touch the cabal, but to prove their loyalty to the cabal, they will have to attack the Biafrans. Case in point, you saw in the case of Emefiele, the CBN governor. You and I know that Buhari was the one telling him to do what he had to do. The changing of the Naira, it was Buhari that did it because he was assuming that Tinubu has so much of money to buy the election. So their plan was to change the Naira in the 11th hour. And $6 million that were given to observers, all those things. You and I know Buhari was the one that signed those documents. But right now, the only man who is suffering in the Buhari regime is Emefiele, a Biafran man. A man from the eastern region, to call a spade. That's the problem of Nigeria. It is called the bully in the classroom. The bully can bully everybody. When the bully bullies Mr. A, everybody will laugh. When the bully Mr. B, everybody will laugh. But Mr. B might be the calmest because sometimes Mr. A will join the bully to fight Mr. B. So Mr. B will always be watching his back because he knows that if he wants to fight the bully, if he's about to beat the bully, Mr. A will join in the fight and defeat Mr. B. But in the case of Mr. A is scared of the bully. But the only way to have the bully by his side is to be giving some friendly shots, to be hitting some shots at Mr. B, which is we, the Biafrans. That's the quagmire we find ourselves in Nigeria. That when we're ready to fight head on, and take care of the problem, solve the business, take care of business once and for all, and free ourselves, suddenly you will see them ganging up against us. So we are in a quagmire. They call it a quagmire, a conundrum. Oyibo. We are in a conundrum that there is a law for the Biafrans and a different law for others. So this man spoke facts here. I'm happy he said that. Let's continue.
Administrations or this current administration. Another one just for the Igbo man. What we are saying, due process. Every subject of Nigeria is entitled to due process and protection of the law.
Right.
Nnamdi Kanu is no different, and we must accord to him the same regards, the same opportunities of law as we have given to Sunday Igboho, as we've given to Sawore, as we have given to the chairman of the Metiala, and as we have given to many alleged terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists.
Oh God, they don't want to hear that one. As we speak now, more than 180,000 Boko Haram members have been released. They call them the repentant Boko Haram. The head of the Mieti Allah, all of them, they've been released. God, you guys are, you see, sometimes only a fool will see a problem, but will pretend to themselves as if it's a one-off. You know that road you are following, there is no road there, there is gutter there. You still won't carry your motor cross that road. There is a ditch. The road is bad. There is poto, there is swamp in that road. You still believe that somehow this time, maybe this time, let me use the road again. People have told you there is no way there, that road is bad, but you feel say, this one more time, just one more time. Let me try the road again. Hi, God. Those that love Nigeria, because you are in politics, you are making some crumbs, you are making some millions, and you assume that, okay, Nigeria has blessed you. Yes, there might be tribalism. Yes, they hate the Biafrans. Yes, the Southeast is underdeveloped because all the whole finances gotten by the government of Yadazu cannot be felt in the Biafra land. Yes, but me, myself, and I, Nigeria has made you to be rich. Nigeria has made you to be a billionaire. Nigeria has made you to have real estates all across the whole world. Because of that, you love that. Oh, I'm crying again. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Hold on. Let me hold myself. Let me hold myself. Let me hold myself. Oh, God. Boy. The pain is too much. Oh, boy. You know, when I talk, you will think I'm just talking. The pain is too, the anger, the fire in me is burning. The fire in me is burning. My people have suffered enough. I cannot integrate my people into a burning house. I can't keep a blind eyes and see my people go through hell and pretend everything is good. Man, let me hold myself. God have mercy. To compose myself, man. My people, it's not easy. It's not, the pain is too much. The anger is too much. Most of you that are listening to me, most of you live in the Western world. Even the white men don't treat you this way. The white man that started the so-called racism, they respect you more than your own countrymen. The white man respects you more than your own countrymen. Think about that. Think about that. The white man, you live in the Western world, the white man respects you more than your own countrymen. The white man, their police, they respect you more than your own Nigerian police. The white man army, the army in wherever you live in the Western world, they respect you more than your own Nigerian army. Every day I'm watching videos how the Nigerian army, they are buying our boys, innocent young boys. I'm seeing these videos every day. They keep on sending me these videos, and when I see them, I'm saying, where is the love? You claim you are one people. Where is the love? They're buying us, and when we try to react, the zoo will now come, the media will come. They will say they love their military. They will say God bless their military. They will say they love Nigeria. They will blame Simon Ekpa. They will call Finland to arrest Simon, and all this nonsense. I'm in a foreign land and I get more respect. I feel at home more than in my so-called, they claim we are Nigerians. But I was watching on TV my fellow Biafrans and Igbo men doing business. Every day they were breaking down their houses in Lagos. Some of those guys, they were born in Lagos. I bet you even the governor of Lagos State, I believe he probably got to Lagos in the 90s or in the early 80s. Some of the Igbos you saw in Lagos, they were born in Lagos, they grew in Lagos, they married in Lagos, they did business in Lagos, they made their money in Lagos, and now a new man who is the governor, he assumes he can just come and destroy everything. Some of those governors, they came from the other states, Ogun State or Osun State, and they became the governors of Lagos, and they assume that the Igbos there, the Igbo, Omo Igbo. But you claim you believe in one Nigeria. You say everybody is free to live everywhere they want to be. When we say we want to live, you say no, you believe in one Nigeria. You came with the acronym, go on with one nation, go on with one Nigeria. Yet you still hate my people. And now this man is here begging the zoo government to free a man that has done no wrong. Man, no, those days of begging is gone. The pain in me that I have, the anger I have in me, I cannot wait for the 2nd of December. I can't wait. I will show no mercy. I will draw that rain. Look, rain go fall. Heaven will come down. I will not show any mercy for that zoo called Nigeria. I rest my case. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you. See you on the 2nd of December. We are going home. Biafrans, we are going home. The days of begging the zoo is gone. The days of bowing down is gone. If you cannot live as men, speak as men, fight for your right as men, then you don't deserve to be called a man. You are weak. You are begging to fill among. Real men don't beg. You stand upright and speak and take what belongs to you. I rest my case. Bye-bye.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now.
Yeah.